Okay, we're live. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. Yeah, might have to invest some time in kind of fixing this place up again. All right, so we got our blimp here. It's not a blimp, it's a Zeppelin type craft. What is that? Rigid? I think that's what that is. Oh, it kind of looks like a shark, but it's not. So yeah, hopefully. Uh, hey, I'm going to get a little monitor so I can observe. Come in here. These buildings are not too thrilled with, so we're gonna do some change up on that too. Add some more brown, things like brown. How's it going? These little things. Yeah. Add just a smidgen of blue to that. A little more white, a little more. Guys, dries up on you. That warm today here was actually in the low 60s. It kind of felt good. Oh yeah, we've had such a long winter this year. I just hope we don't do what we did last year. Miserable cold spring and then immediately blasting hot. There was no in between. Side here. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of these. I'm not thrilled with them, so let's why don't we do that right now? And what I'm gonna do is get some more white out here. Titanium white, titanium white. So do that. Not thrilled with those buildings. They don't seem right. They're not in scale, they're not. So I'm just gonna there's still gonna be a city down there, but it's not gonna be like that. Wobbing out another big thing of white out here. That's the fastest way to cover up something if you want to get rid of something is white. Titanium white, that is. There's other whites that are kind of less opaque, but they're uh, yeah. Of course, I paint on my fingers. Whoa! No, what picking my nose, something awful came out of it. All right. I always say get it off your hands, or otherwise you're gonna have it all over everything. Trust me on that one. I've been there. Oh, let's get this. So we're gonna get a little bit bigger brush here. This one right here. Yeah. Add a little more yellow. There we are. Yeah, grief. What is the problem today? Get all over my hand. I need to go through and clean up all those tubes. Yeah. That's for another day though. I need a helper. That's what I need. Need my uh artist apprentice. Get rid of these. Yes. Too big. They're out of scale completely. It's like, they're gone. Especially the ones that go higher than the ship. So remember, it's a ship in the air, you know. So change that up a little bit too. Nothing stopping you from changing your mind. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with changing up your mind. There we go. There's a lot getting that into scale here. Yeah. Nothing stopping you. Go here. Here. Oh, there we go. That's good better. Yes, I could tell it was just totally never going to work. You know, as soon as I did them, I said, "Oh, that's not going to work." But that's sometimes how you find out. You experiment around and it's not working. It's your painting. Fix it. There's so many people. I've always been surprised at how terrified they are to actually change up something. And I always tell them it's your painting. There's nothing stopping you from fixing that, or you don't like that, then you know, read it. Oh. Well, it's my early day. I have to be in bed at a decent time tonight. I can't sit around. I don't mind going in, but it's that earliness I have to do it. Oh, I mean, tomorrow I could get away with going in a little bit later, but I like in the daytime. I like getting home and doing my things, work on my paintings, do all that type of stuff. So we're gonna find let's let's see. I'm gonna see where I'm gonna establish my vanishing point, or primary one at least. So we've already got this railing in here. So we're gonna kind of go from that. I think that's gonna be it right there. Yeah, that's where that's gonna be our vanishing point right there. Okay. There we go. Nose over here. Cool, right your way, I know. Okay, so we're gonna establish, I get those things in again. There we go. Great. I have to get some new tape. That's what happens. Finally, the stickiness of the tape goes away, and you have to get a new one. But we're just using this kind of like a guide. Oh, heck with you. I'm going over here. Just guide points. There we go. Okay. Back here for right now. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna come back in here with another layer of paint to go over the other stuff here. Oh, couldn't help myself, got excited. Let's see our handy dandy T-square here. Whoa! All right. Okay, so horizon. Cool. All right, come back in here with some more white and yellow mixed. Okay. That dry, so I can put another layer over that thing. Okay, now let's come back in here and let's start working on this Zeppelin here. We'll call it a Zeppelin for right now. We could come up with a different name maybe down the road. Oops. I just thought it'd be interesting. Could you imagine if the Hindenburg disaster never happened? Oh, all right, let's we'll worry about all that later. Come in just a smidgen of blue. Actually, put my handy dandy T-square out here, yeah. Rainbow. Now I reach. There. grid here. Mostly a guidance for us. East. Okay. Good. No idea why that song's going in my head. Then it came out of Bugs Bunny. Yeah, come on. We needed. And we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back over it again. But you need to. I said, never ever be afraid to change up one of your paintings. Just not working for you, then change it. It's yours. That's why I just get some doggone mad at some of these, so-called art critics. That's like that. I say, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. It's your painting. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. If you're not having fun, stop. We're gonna make the sun, I think, coming across here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it being a super accurate uh, Zeppelin because we're making this up as we go. So add a little more blue to that, a little more brown. Then that brown. Can you imagine if they had, like I said, if the Hindenburg disaster never happened and these stuck around instead of having the old diesel propellers that they had, they had jet engines on these things. Yeah, be like a flying cruise ship that just gently goes across the Atlantic or wherever you're going. So we're not going to be too worried about accuracy. Okay, doke. I'm going to be moving uh, my Empire Thursday to Empire Saturday, I think, for the time being. And the weeknights will be for smaller stuff because I'm actually going to be kind of changing out a lot of artwork at the bar that I'm in right now and kind of want to have a fresh start. So, and it's interesting, they're kind of like a pulp, not pulp, pop art themed a little bit, but my science fiction seems to fit fine, and even the other ones. But I think we'll definitely do a kind of a restart there. I'll have a band and everything. Oh, forgot to turn down my phone. There we go. Get patience. Patience, Mike, patience. Just get map in there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because we're going to have a lot of stuff in the foreground. But we just needed to get that giant flying ship, in scales. Just amazing these things. Yeah, bigger than a football field. You know what's amazing? How big the Hindenburg was? It's just enormous. She only carried 35 people, and then the crew. Isn't that something? And they said that was one of the biggest problems of airships is the fact that unlike a 747 that could carry 400 people, they only could carry so much. And here you had this huge ship. You had to have facilities for it. You had to have so that was one of the big failures of it too. It wasn't just the explosion. We filled ours with helium. Yeah. Building all this. There's going to be the city down here. A big, like I said, I'm not too concerned about accuracy. This is made up. This is fantasy. I have a kind of a look that I want to go for here. Get my handy dandy T square again. Work. So funny. It's such simple technology, and they've never improved on it. You don't need a laser. You don't need a battery. You don't need anything. Just pop it down there, and you got it. And it doesn't work, I suppose, if you have a round canvas or something, but most canvases are this. Set that there. Bound to be using that again when they were smaller broilish. These are a lot closer. I get that. So it's obviously part of that. Can I go to cell phone conversation? Hi. Greetings. See if you let you out of prison again. That's good. It's good. Making progress. We're proud of you. I was looking at I don't know if you ever seen posted on Facebook. They showed the Titanic in front of the biggest uh, cruise ship in the world, and it's just heck, the Titanic might as well have been a lifeboat. I can only imagine, if these things had survived, you'd probably have just enormous ones going across the sky, cooling down the engines, so they're kind of cool. Okay, come back in here with some yellow ochre. Would not, but that's could be the what do you call the tail part? Oh, there's an official name, but I can't think of it to save my life. That's our vanishing point right here. We'll just keep that up there. And so that thing needs to come up quite a bit then. Actually, take the big fat heads away. Sorry. All right. Yeah, needs to come up quite a bit. Where you're looking under that ship. And it comes out like so. Just makes it. And mix it together. Cool. How are you doing, Diane? How doing? We've had a nice warm day here, so kind of puts you in a good mood. Or he does me at least. So I think we're gonna establish that the light's coming this way. So we're gonna have some cool, yeah. I'll have to change up the paint for before tomorrow. Just interesting how it finally just starts setting up, and not much you can do about it. I always highly recommend uh, these sealable palettes. If you have watercolor, if you have even oil, it helps. And it helps with oil to cut down that smell a little bit too. You're right. Okay, cool. Oh, imagine you wouldn't want to be in one of those things if you got into a windstorm. Get blown off course by miles. Oh, excuse me, goodness. I'm gonna get some unpronounceable blue out here. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Maybe a little more. Turning it to myself. Excuse me. But I'm gonna be. Hey, Mavis, how you doing? Hello. Thank you, Mo. Yeah, those buildings had a cow there. It's not going to work. I've never been anywhere where the Goodyear blimp goes over and you hear those old, the, you can immediately know it's overhead just by the sound of the motors on it. Okay, now we're starting to get someplace. Start getting you sketching in here. I gotta go a little lighter. Mm, put this stuff on here. Totally made up city. Yeah, I have to be up early tomorrow, so I don't know. I think it's working out. Me posting the uh, pictures of the paintings the next day, the progress, because it allows me a quick check too, quality check, see if I want to do that. Plus, I have a lot better lighting during the day. Don't quite get that glare. Usually on the big one I have. That's really critical. Okay. We're just sketching these buildings in. And they won't be all square. We're gonna just sketching them in right now to see where we want to place everything. City rises around here and then it kind of goes to lower buildings over here. That's what we're going to do. Now give us the good concept of distance. I think it'll be fun. It's gonna be. It has a good feel to it now. I wasn't liking those buildings before. Now sometimes once you make that change, it'd be. I said I've learned a while back. Stop dinking around with it and just change it. Leave that dot in there because that's our vanishing point. Big blob on it. I don't want that big blob there. Yeah, definitely. All right. Now it's taking shape. I want to smooth that out. Don't be afraid to get paint on your hands. That's what we do. So we decided that this sunlight's going to go like here, but there's going to be dark canyons of how built when you're in a big city, areas that the light no longer penetrates the surface anymore because of the buildings. We have that here in Portland, and I know Seattle does. All big cities with high rises that you get these canyons that actually. Oh, I was going to say actually. Channels the wind and everything. You get your own weather systems going. So sunlight's coming that way. So we keep that in mind. And so it's going to be shadowed here. Talking to myself. I know, I keep saying that. We kind of stylize buildings once we kind of get them in place here. I'll have to look up where what a Zeppelin how high of an altitude could they go? I don't know. Thank you, Mo. Thank you. Yeah. It's going to have a good feel to it. those were just totally wrong. Yeah. And so I think now we can just add a lot of things. We'll have lower buildings over here. We'll just establish that that's all off into the distance there. Probably have a couple more taller ones here along the little shoreline here that we're establishing here. I'm not too worried about these grids because, well, we'll get that all worked in. Yeah, I think this is good. I think I'm in the right direction. Glad you agree. Now we can just start adding more detail. So I think we'll have the sun kind of coming like this. So we'll have some glare off those windows on the buildings and everything. Try to always take advantage of uh, the light, you know, I always say. Come back in here and add a lot of detail to these buildings. Kind of interesting, fun shapes. We'll see him building part of the way through there. We're gonna have there's like a balcony off of another building, and we'll have all this cool ironwork. That's what I want to do. Coming in with more darker blue. There's some brown. Aim at that. It's interesting. They even have old biplanes attached to these things. You know, if you remember that one, was it the last crusade was when they got on a Zeppelin. He did not pay his toll. Those are fun movies. Unless they're making a new one, I hope they don't ruin it. I didn't care for the last Indiana Jones one. Just in here. You sit down, sit back here. Yeah, that right move. Gives you an idea how huge this thing is with the buildings. It's okay to exaggerate. Like I said, this is fantasy thing. And on fantasy, you can do whatever you want. It's your painting. Just hearing the engine groan, that low rumble noise they had. It's interesting, even to this day. You could when they have an air show here and they have old World War II aircraft, you immediately know that's a World War II engine. It just has that piston rumbling sound. Yeah, I'm coming into shape here now. I said, I don't mind showing people me my mistakes. That darn Empire painting that's changed like multiple times, but yeah, it's your painting. I keep saying that, I know, but I don't know. I'm always amazed how scared some people are to change it. And I said, well, it's your painting. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I just get a lot of shapes in here. And back in. Hey, Anthony. Greetings. Hope you're doing well. Actually, I think I'm gonna move that engine pod up just a little bit. If I remember it on the Zeppelin, yeah. We're gonna move that just a tad. It's gonna be more here. Right, but remember, if that means this curves away from you. Yeah, we'll do that. And pressures. Oh, that commitment's gone zippity lick here. Zippity. My goodness. Well, I've made some good progress on this. Big change. A little bit of a change there, at least. Yeah. So if the sun's coming this direction, that engine will be casting a shadow against the side of the big blimp or the balloon or what do you want to call it. Rail in there. I knew I'm gonna have to. This night I need to behave myself and get myself to bed. Ugh, terrible early, but I don't mind going in. It's a nice way of breaking up the week too. But that's just I wish I didn't have to be in so early. Wah wah wah. Really. I think on that note, sorry it's a short time, Anthony, but glad you were able to make it. That's for sure. But at least we're making, I think, yeah, the buildings are now in better scale. It gives an idea how gigantic this blimp is, or I don't know, is it a Zeppelin or whatever we're going to call it. I don't know. We'll work on all that. We'll have all this skin. Just amazing, though, those things. Oh, that's why we have that problem. It's just such a strange thing. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. So I think we're uh, wrap it up for tonight, and I'll be back on tomorrow. All right, people. Thank you. Stay healthy, stay safe. Hope to see you back on tomorrow, Wednesday. God, already halfway through the week. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So you take care. And like I said, stay healthy. And once again, thank you so much for joining me. We've got our Zeppelin in place here in the city below. We're going to be building it up. But this is a fantasy. So it's not going to be an exact replica or anything like that. So it'll be kind of a stylized one. All righty. That's where we're going with this one. Whoa! Wow, that's pretty tall for a big giant balloon.